Today we're going to be diving into the world of martial arts and self-discipline as we explore the incredible art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yes, something that a lot of you should know. If you don't, it's time to find out. Now, whether you're looking to enhance your physical fitness, boost your mental agility, or simply learn effective self-defense techniques, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has something to offer for honestly everyone. Now, here to chat to us and show us a few techniques, we've got head instructor at Resilience Jiu-Jitsu. We've got Thaabiet Domingo in the building, and he's joined by Jody over here, the assistant, the slayer, I believe. Guys, before we even get into this, obviously very hyped. I see a lot of these techniques in UFC and various other fighting realms, but what is the purpose of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Why was it designed and why do we even practice it?
I think, really simply put, what Jiu-Jitsu aims to do is it aims to give the smaller, weaker person the tools to be able to overcome someone that's much bigger, much stronger, much more aggressive.
Okay.
And our ultimate goal in Jiu-Jitsu is to try and take the fight to the ground as quickly as possible, because the minute we can put someone on the floor, we can immediately negate their strength advantage, their weight advantage, and we can control them using leverage, using our weight, and using technique.
Ooh, okay, this sounds interesting. And I guess from a self-defense point of view, that actually makes sense too. I mean, you're obviously wanting to negate the fear or whatever the issue is in front of you. So that kind of makes sense. So let's talk about some practical examples here. How do we get into this? How do we, if we're starting this journey of Jiu-Jitsu, how do we get into it and also improve our techniques, improve our ability to roll, tumble, throw, and do all the crazy things you do in this game?
Yeah. You know, I think that that's a good question. You know, we live in a digital age right now, so everyone's all about the internet and all about watching videos and all of these things. The absolute best thing you can do is to find a good school with a qualified instructor.
So that's your plug right here. Find this guy. Right, let's get straight into it, man. You've got the mats out here, so I'm grateful for that because I don't want to be thrown around by Jody on this floor. I know what she's capable of because she's been trained by you. But what are you showing us today? What are we going to be going through here?
Sure, 100%. So we're going to show you guys a really simple technique. It's a position called the clinch.
Okay.
It's how to stay safe in a standing altercation when you're facing an aggressor or someone that's approaching you, maybe wants to slap you, throw a roundhouse punch, or just coming at you really, really aggressively. So it's a way for you to stay safe, not get kicked, not get punched, not get headbutted.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
That sounds like something we should all know. Let's get into this. Yeah, so how are we doing this?
100%. Okay, so Jody and I will demonstrate quickly.
Sure.
And then I'd like you to give it a shot.
Oh,
okay. So imagine I am, in fact, let's do it this way. Raul, can you come up for a second?
I don't know if I'm ready for this. No, she's intimidating, man.
Fine,
okay.
Promise.
All right.
Can you step aside for one moment? So you can stand over here. So I'm just going to throw punches at you, and I just want you to avoid the punches.
Avoid them, like dodge them. Okay.
Yeah, just dodge them like...
But be careful with me, eh? All right?
Okay.
Are you coming at me?
Yes, I'm coming at you.
Right.
If you know karate, just put the karate away. Just leave this out for now. Just avoid the punches. Okay?
No, all you could say.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
All right, okay.
So just avoid.
Kind of like dodging
avoid,
you?
And avoid, and avoid, and avoid, and avoid. Okay, pretty good. Okay, pretty simple stuff.
Yeah.
Now, notice what was happening in that situation is I was advancing and you were...
retreating, moving back.
100%.
Get away from the danger.
Now, that's our instinct, right? So we want to move away from danger, but what happens when you keep retreating? Eventually, your back hits the wall, you corner yourself, someone comes up behind you, you know, the other assailant grabs hold of you, you trip over your own feet, you fall down.
Yes.
So our instinct's to move away, but in Jiu-Jitsu, one of the first things we learn is your instinct is wrong. Not yours, everyone's instinct. Okay, so Jody, can I ask you to step forward for a second? So instead of moving away from me when I advance, Jody's actually going to do something that's counterintuitive. She's going to step right into my attack. Okay. So I'm going to come forward and I'll throw a slap at her and watch how she steps directly into this punch. And the minute she's blocked, she moves into a position where another important principle, she immediately establishes connection. So if you look at the position of her body right now, she's on the side of my body. She's got her head and her ear stuck to my chest. So her head's well below my head. There's no ability for me to headbutt.
And she's quite stable there.
Yes,
Center of
she's
gravity,
in a nice strong squat. She's holding on to my punching arm. So I can't really get a punch off. But we could argue, but I could just punch her with this arm. So look how she raises her shoulder
like
to
a
a temple.
Almost.
Yes. And even if I try to strike now, I can't get access to her face. Yes, I can't even elbow strike. But what about my legs? I can kick, right? So to avert this, Jody's going to start to pull my hips in toward her. It takes me completely off balance and off base. And now I have no ability to kick as well.
Okay.
So to put this fight to the ground, and I want you to watch my toes now, because this can sometimes seem very magical. She's going to use leverage at this point. She pulls my hip in toward her, and she starts to tip me backwards. So look how all my weight moves back, and I'm on the tips of my toes now, literally on the ball of my foot. All she does now is she's going to continue to do a squat walk past me and lower me down to the ground very effectively. So you notice how she was able to put me down with complete control.
Yeah.
If she wanted to, she could have put me down really hard.
Okay. So she's been very gentle with you.
Yes, but this is jiu-jitsu, right? It gives you the ability to control the situation, to be as aggressive as you like, or to be as calm and peaceful as you want. So once she's got me on the floor, she's going to move to a position I'll call the side mount, which is pinning me into place. It's really difficult for me to move now.
Whoa.
Or to get up.
All right.
And from here, she can progress to a much more dominant position. And if I were to continue attacking...
Oh, wow. Jody fully unleashes. And you made the biggest mistake of your life. All right, Jody, thank you so much. I mean, that was incredible. Definitely inspired by this. I'm going to be going through the paces right now to see how I fare when it comes to dealing with this situation. But if you were inspired by this, reach out to the professionals. Empower yourself and get to learn something about what your body is really, truly capable of. And people like this are standing by to serve you. So reach out to this man, and I'm going to go through my paces in the meantime. Wish me luck. We'll see you after this. All right, so where were we?
Okay.